Wendy Williams is speaking out on being forced into financial conservatorship, and fans are saying we have to show up for Whitney like we showed up for Britney Spears.
All I want to know is, where is my money? This is not right, and certainly this is not fair.
Wendy Williams no longer has access to her bank accounts, and her son, Kevin Jr., was recently evicted from his apartment after a court-appointed guardian took control over Wendy's assets. On top of that, it looks like Wendy's ex-husband is still trying to get a hold of Wendy's money while defending his mistress in the process. The whole situation is very strange because Wendy recently made her first public appearance after leaving rehab, and she looked perfectly happy and healthy.
I have tears of laughter, but also tears of sincere, just thank you all so much for being here today.
So why exactly does Wendy need a guardian to control her finances? Is she being exploited by her financial conservator? Let's break it down.
Guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right.
Wendy Williams has been through a lot lately. On top of losing her beloved talk show and dealing with substance issues and an autoimmune disease, Wendy has also gone through a difficult divorce from her cheating ex-husband, Kevin Hunter. And if that wasn't difficult enough, Wendy's bank recently froze all of her accounts, and a judge appointed a guardian over Wendy's finances, which effectively means Wendy is now under financial conservatorship. However, Wendy's fans are saying there's something very fishy going on here, because Wendy recently left rehab and claimed she was feeling better than ever and looking forward to her new projects. So what exactly is going on with Wendy? Before we go into more details about Wendy's conservatorship, let's go over some context first. As you all probably know, Wendy has dealt with a lot of personal and health struggles over the years. Wendy has always been very open about her substance use, and in 2019, Wendy revealed on her talk show that she was living in a sober house for some time, and fans praised her for speaking openly about her addiction and encouraging others to get the help they need. However, just 2 weeks after Wendy revealed she was living in a sober house, news broke that she had relapsed and was taken to a hospital. There was a lot of speculation at the time that Wendy relapsed because she found out her ex-husband Kevin was cheating on her. However, Wendy later admitted she knew about Kevin's infidelity for years and revealed that what actually caused her relapse and pushed her to file for divorce was learning that Kevin had fathered a child with his mistress, Sharina.
Yeah.
You know, infidelity is one thing. A full baby is a whole nother topic. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you said in the New York Times Magazine, I'm a very forgiving person, but there's one thing I could never be a part of, and that one thing happened.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And that was it.
yeah.
The baby did it.
A baby. I'm not changing Pampers. I want to be pampered.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Not only did Kevin welcome a child while Wendy was staying in a sober house, but he also used Wendy's money to finance Shanice's businesses and bought her a house just a few miles from the home he stayed in with Wendy.
This backwoods Barbie, you know, he was tricking up money. She's in the passenger seat of my Rolls Royce Ferrari. And, you know, I mean, really? Really? And our son's in Miami. So I have to be calm on the phone with him, you know, like a loving mother. I have to be happy on the TV every morning live from New York. And I read about it in the blogs and the tabloids, the address of this place that he had purchased to share with this backwoods bitch, 9 miles from my house in Livingston.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, while Wendy was away at rehab, Kevin had the audacity to play the victim, and he gave his mistress credit for the success of the Wendy Williams show.
As far as his mom, you know, everybody's gonna have these questions, and I'm not gonna dwell on that. You know, she is getting the help that she needs, and hopefully, you know, she'll come out of this a swinger. I know she got it in her. As far as my immediate family, you know, I could not do it without the gracious help of my queen that's representing me now, Sharina Hudson, and the family I have. They're everybody's family. Let's be clear. Everybody's family, and I realize that I have to swing the sword for my whole family because there are a lot of people that's trying to exploit what I have built along with my family. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will ever bring the energy, the charisma, the passion, the expertise, the talent, and whatever else you want to call it, like you seen Kelvin Hunter and my ex, Wendy Williams, and the team that was behind us, and I mean the whole team. That includes my current lady now, because it takes a village. And I'm gonna say it, yeah, I said it. Whoever don't like it, they just ain't gonna like it.
However, on October 18th, Wendy's rep revealed to Page 6 that Wendy left the wellness facility where she had been staying since August, adding that Wendy is feeling better than ever. A few weeks later, Wendy made her first public appearance after completing rehab and attended her former radio station WBLS's annual Circle of Sisters event in New York City. Wendy appeared to be in great health at the event, and she talked about wanting to fall in love again and her plans for the future.
I can't wait to fall in love.
Okay.
Now, I'm serious about that. You know, it's not enough that I sit home by myself at 58 years old.
But just when we thought Wendy would finally catch a break, news broke that Wendy's bank, Wells Fargo, still won't let her access her money and that she was forced into a financial conservatorship. Wells Fargo first froze Wendy's account back in February, and they claimed in a statement that Wendy is an incapacitated person who needs someone to intervene in her affairs. The bank sent a letter to the New York Supreme Court judge requesting a hearing to determine whether Wendy needs a financial guardian. "We are concerned about Williams' situation," a Wells Fargo attorney wrote in the letter. "It is our hope that the guardianship part of the court will imminently appoint a temporary guardian or evaluator to review the situation and ensure that Williams' affairs are properly handled." However, Wendy's lawyer, Celeste McCall, fired back, accusing Wendy's former financial advisor, Lori Schiller, of lying to Wells Fargo about Wendy being of unsound mind, which led the bank to freeze Wendy's accounts and ask the court to provide her with a guardian. In her court filing, Wendy's lawyer explained that Wendy previously fired Schiller as her advisor due to improper conduct in relation to their professional relationship, which most likely caused Schiller to take her revenge on Wendy by convincing the bank that Wendy is unable to take care of her own finances. Wendy's lawyer also requested a temporary restraining order against Wells Fargo to stop the bank from freezing Wendy's accounts and interfering with her right to access her financial assets and statements. Wendy later publicly called out her former financial advisor, Lori, and Wells Fargo, accusing them of trying to put her under financial conservatorship.
And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right.
However, Wells Fargo is still refusing to give Wendy access to her money. And on December 8th, the U.S. Sun exclusively revealed the identity of Wendy's court-appointed financial guardian. Wendy's assets are now being controlled by guardianship expert and attorney Sabrina Morrissey. And according to court documents obtained by the Sun, Morrissey is responsible for who receives money from Wendy's fortune. What's scary is that it looks like Morrissey has already decided to cut off Wendy's only child, Kevin Jr., from Wendy's fortune, because Kevin was recently evicted from his Miami apartment after failing to pay $70,000 in rent. According to a copy of Kevin Jr.'s lease obtained by Page 6, Wendy paid $100,000 upfront for the first year of her son's apartment, and she continued to pay his rent. But as Kevin Jr. explained in his statement, once the court-appointed guardian took control of Wendy's finances, the payments stopped and he was evicted. All of this happened suddenly, and all the financial support she always gave me stopped, including my housing, Kevin Jr. wrote in his statement, adding that his mom hasn't been able to pay his rent for the past few months because the court has controlled her finances. However, one insider close to Wendy's financial guardian fired back at claims that Morrissey is exploiting Wendy and argued that Kevin Jr. should no longer receive any financial support because he's 22 years old and he can, quote, get a job. The insider also insisted that this isn't like a Britney Spears conservatorship, claiming that Wendy's financial guardian is simply there to make sure the decisions that are happening with Wendy's accounts are in her best interest. Wendy's fans, however, are saying saying that it's not up to the guardian or the bank to decide any of this, and that if Wendy wants to support her son with the money she earned, she should have every right to do so. Don't do business with Wells Fargo if you can avoid them, one fan warned on Twitter. It's not just about Wendy Williams. They've got a track record of defrauding their customers, especially their black ones. No bank is good, but they're actually intentionally evil. What's really bizarre is that Wendy seemed perfectly healthy and coherent during her first public appearance after rehab, and nothing about her behavior suggests that she needs a guardian. This is why fans are now saying they're extremely worried about Wendy, because there are a lot of things about the situation that are not adding up, and we've all seen Britney's example of what happens when women are denied their financial freedom. A lot of people on social media have pointed out that the very concept of conservatorship is misogynistic, because it seems like it's always female celebrities who are appointed guardians, while men can run around acting completely unhinged and no one even thinks about putting them under conservatorship. One fan said, "Just some thoughts. Why is it that women get put under conservatorship, for example, Britney Spears, when they're obviously unwell, while most men never seem to? Funny how that works, am I right?" And another person wrote, "With the Free Britney movement and now Wendy Williams being in a financial conservatorship against her will, are there any famous legally disabled men that suffer from this phenomenon too?" But now we want to hear your opinions on this situation. Is Wendy being exploited by her financial conservator? Do we need a free Wendy movement? Leave your comments down below. And if this story shocked you, wait till you watch this next video.